We're diving into an unexpected clash between Mary, a seasoned coffee enthusiast, and a young male cashier who's just trying to do his job. What starts as a simple transaction for a cup of coffee quickly spirals into a spirited debate over tariffs and their impact on consumer prices. It all began when Mary noticed that her favorite brew had gone up in price. Naturally, she wanted answers, and the young cashier, armed with a limited understanding of economic policies, found himself in the hot seat. Why should we care about tariffs, you ask? Well, they play a significant role in determining the prices we pay for everyday goods, including that beloved cup of coffee. Picture this. Mary strides confidently into her local Starbucks, ready to indulge in her usual order, a grande caramel macchiato with an extra shot of espresso, a blueberry scone, and a splash of oat milk. It's her little morning ritual, a moment of joy before diving into her busy day of HOA meetings and neighborhood watch duties. With a penchant for organizing neighborhood meetings and a strong belief in community standards, Mary is the type of person who takes her role as a homeowner very seriously. She's passionate about maintaining property values and ensuring that her neighborhood remains pristine. However, her enthusiasm doesn't stop there. Mary is also a staunch supporter of tariffs, believing they protect American jobs and industries. Mary's personality is a blend of determination and a touch of humor. She's the kind of person who can rally her neighbors for a cause, whether it's a community cleanup or a discussion on local policies. Her expectations as a homeowner are high. She believes that everyone should contribute to the upkeep of their community, and she's not shy about voicing her opinions. Initially, Mary's enthusiasm for tariffs stems from her desire to support local businesses and protect jobs. She often shares her views at community gatherings, passionately explaining how tariffs can lead to a stronger economy. She's been known to show up to HOA meetings with printed graphs, color-coded charts, and the occasional laminated article from an economic blog. She once gave an impromptu lecture in the cul-de-sac on the history of steel tariffs after someone mentioned outsourcing. To Mary, every grocery receipt was a referendum on patriotism. However, her unwavering support takes a humorous turn when she realizes that these tariffs are affecting her beloved daily coffee routine. Suddenly, the very policies she championed are hitting her right in the wallet, and her perspective begins to shift. This unexpected twist not only adds a layer of irony, but also sets the stage for a delightful exploration of how economic policies can impact our everyday lives. Meet Jake, the young male cashier who finds himself at the center of an unexpected debate during Mary's coffee purchase. In his early 20s, Jake has a fresh perspective on the world, shaped by a generation that often views economic policies through a different lens. He's got a mild case of student loan anxiety, a backpack covered in ironic patches, and a playlist called Existential Lattes. When it comes to tariffs, he's heard the term tossed around but doesn't fully grasp their implications. To him, tariffs are just another piece of the complex puzzle that makes up the economy, and he often thinks about how they affect prices in a more abstract way. Honestly, he's more worried about whether his shift ends in time for trivia night. As he rings up Mary's coffee, he can't help but notice her frustration over the rising prices. While he understands that tariffs can impact costs, he's more focused on the immediate reality of trying to keep customers happy. Dealing with customers like Mary is a regular part of his day, and he's learned to navigate these conversations with a mix of patience and humor. He often finds himself in the position of mediator, trying to explain policies he barely understands while keeping the mood light. The generational differences in understanding economic policies become evident as Mary passionately argues her point. For Jake, the complexities of tariffs feel distant and somewhat irrelevant to his daily life. He's more concerned about his student loans and the price of his own morning coffee. This interaction highlights the gap between Mary's seasoned perspective and Jake's youthful outlook, making for a humorous yet thought-provoking exchange that underscores how economic policies can resonate differently across generations. Today, she's wearing a blazer over yoga pants, business casual from the waist up, and she carries a floral binder labeled Community Enhancement Initiatives. However, as she approaches the counter, she's met with an unexpected shock. The cashier rings up her order, and the total flashes on the screen, a staggering $20. Mary's heart sinks as she processes the price increase. Just last week, her order had been a comfortable $12. Confused and frustrated, she leans in closer to the register, squinting at the receipt as if it might reveal some hidden error. "How did this happen?" she exclaims, her voice rising slightly. Jake blinks, pauses, and then offers a practiced smile. "Well, the cost of ingredients has gone up, especially imported coffee beans and oat milk. Some of it's because of recent tariffs." Mary straightens up, eyebrows raised so high they practically touch her visor. "Tariffs," she repeats, the word hanging in the air like a bad smell. "You're telling me that my coffee costs more because of tariffs?" Jake nods slowly, bracing for impact. "Yeah, they've made imported goods a lot pricier." Mary scoffs. "Unbelievable. I supported tariffs to protect American jobs, not to be financially ambushed before 9 a.m. Jake tries to keep things light. "I get it. Believe me, I do. But it's not just Starbucks, it's everywhere." Mary throws her hands in the air. "Everywhere. So I'm supposed to just accept that my morning caffeine fix is now a luxury item? What's next? A tariff on happiness?" Jake laughs a little too nervously. "If they could tax that, I'd be out of a job." But Mary's just getting started. "You know, this is exactly how empires fall," she declares dramatically, pulling out her wallet like she's negotiating a hostage situation. "It starts with overpriced coffee and ends with economic ruin." "I really don't think we're at empire collapse levels yet," Jake mumbles, scanning the scone. "Oh, don't be so naive," Mary snaps, eyes narrowing. "Do you know how many civilizations crumbled because of poor fiscal policies? Rome, the Ottoman Empire, probably Atlantis too, if you ask me." Jake blinks. "Atlantis wasn't real." "Well, neither are affordable coffee prices anymore, apparently." Their banter continues, with Mary insisting that she never signed up for a coffee crisis, while Jake tries to explain the complexities of global trade. "Look, I'm just a cashier, not an economist," he says, throwing his hands up in mock surrender. Mary leans in closer. "Then maybe you shouldn't pretend to be one. Honestly, I miss the days when a cashier just smiled, handed you your coffee, and didn't remind you that your own policies are backfiring like a cheap lawnmower." "I'm really not trying to argue," Jake insists. "I'm just explaining why your macchiato is more expensive." "Oh, I know why," Mary huffs. "Because somewhere, someone in a suit decided that patriotism meant I pay $6 for a splash of oat milk that probably came from a unionized almond." "Oats aren't almonds," Jake replies, slightly bewildered. "It's metaphorical," she shouts. "The point is, this is a scam. I fought for tariffs to help Americans, not bankrupt them one latte at a time." Jake takes a deep breath. "Well, maybe now you see how complex these things are." Mary narrows her eyes. "Are you lecturing me on economics right now? Because I have a binder in my car that says otherwise." After the heated exchange, Mary leaves Starbucks with her overpriced coffee in hand, her mind racing. The argument with Jake has sparked a wave of introspection. As she sips her drink, she can't help but reevaluate her staunch support for tariffs. The irony of advocating for policies that ultimately hurt her daily routine weighs heavily on her. "Maybe I need to consider the bigger picture," she muses, realizing that while tariffs may protect certain industries, they can also lead to unintended consequences for consumers like herself. This moment of clarity prompts her to think about how her views might need to evolve in light of real-world impacts. Meanwhile, Jake stands behind the counter, still processing the encounter. Initially taken aback by Mary's passionate outburst, he now feels a mix of empathy and amusement. "I never thought a coffee order could turn into a debate about tariffs," he chuckles to his coworkers. The interaction has made him more aware of how economic policies affect everyday people, and he finds himself reflecting on the importance of understanding these issues. It's a lesson he didn't expect to learn while working a part-time job. The broader implications of their encounter resonate beyond just Mary and Jake. It highlights the disconnect between policymakers and consumers, illustrating how economic decisions can ripple through communities. For consumers, it's a reminder to stay informed and engaged with policies that impact their lives. For businesses, it underscores the need to communicate the effects of tariffs and pricing transparently. Ultimately, this coffee showdown serves as a microcosm of the larger economic landscape, reminding us all that every policy has a human face, even if that face is furrowed, frustrated, and demanding a refund for oat milk. What began as a simple transaction quickly escalated into a lively debate about tariffs and their impact on consumer prices. This encounter serves as a reminder of the importance of being informed about economic policies and their real-world effects. It's easy to get caught up in the abstract discussions of tariffs and trade, but as we saw today, these policies directly impact our everyday lives, from the price of coffee to the overall economy. We hope this video has sparked your curiosity and encouraged you to think critically about the economic decisions that shape our world. If you enjoyed this engaging exploration of coffee, tariffs, and the interactions that arise from them, we invite you to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Don't forget to like and share this video with your friends and family so they can join in on the conversation too. Let's keep the dialogue going and continue to explore the fascinating intersections of everyday life and economic policy together. Thank you for watching Work Story, and see you in the next one.